So this weekend, we've got a pretty juicy fight card if you ask me. We've got Leon Edwards gets an opponent after nearly 2 years on the sidelines. So we're going to quickly run through the main card and make our picks and predictions. I have realised on reflection that a lot of these picks may seem a little bit biased, guys, but trust me. So opening up the main card, you've got Eryk Anders taking on Darren Stewart. And for me, Eryk Anders has just been a little bit too inconsistent. Anyone who wants to stay on the outside, he's happy to let him pick them apart. His takedowns are good when he gets them, I guess. He's not really showing us the ability to kind of hold anyone of any class down. And for all those reasons, basically, that I'm going with Darren Stewart in this one. So, first English pick. So second for the night, we've got Manel Kape versus Matheus Nicolau. Now this is probably the hardest matchup for me to pick on the night. Manel Kape's coming in with a lot of hype. He's been training with Khabib recently. He had a lot of wicked knockouts in Rising, including Ian McCall. Now he did get quite soundly beaten by Pantoja on his last outing. It's just for that reason I'm going to lean towards Nicolau in this one. I think he'll just about manage to outpoint him. I don't see it being a very spectacular fight. I mean, if there's a knockout in this fight, it's probably going to come from Kape. But no, second fight of the night, I pick Nicolau. Moving on, third fight of the night in the Bantamweight Division, we've got Jonathan Martinez versus Davey Grant. And I'm going with Grant on this one. Come on, second English pick, guys. And it's not out of sheer patriotism here. Davey's been pretty spectacular so far. His only slip-ups have always been against exceptionally strong wrestlers or submission artists. And I just don't see Jonathan Martinez bringing that to the game here, guys. Featherweight division, we've got Ige Vs Gavin Tucker. This is, again, it's a bit of a tough one. Ige has been doing some fucking work recently, but then he has also been on the lucky side of a few controversial split decisions. Whereas on the other hand, Gavin Tucker been practically flawless. He's had the one decision loss to Rick Glenn, but he also hasn't been in there with anyone near as good as the people Ige's fought. And it is for that reason, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with Ige on this one. I'm not sure he gets the finish. I'd say again, maybe Ige 29-28. Going into the light heavyweight co-main event between Misha Cirkunov and Ryan Spann. I'm going to go with Cirkunov in this one. I think Spann definitely has the power to get it done early, and we've seen Cirkunov struggle with people with legitimate power. Look what happened when he fought fucking Dancing Queen, Johnny Walker. Sorry, that threw me off. We've seen him struggle with power strikers before. However, we've also seen Ryan Spann stumble every time he's fought some elite competition. He hasn't looked too good against submission artists in the past. He's looked uncomfortable. I see Cirkunov doing this one. Potentially getting dropped by Spann maybe in the first or second. Yeah, Spann follows him to the ground and Cirkunov wraps him up in some sort of weird submission. Maybe another Peruvian necktie? I don't know. But Cirkunov by submission. And moving on to our main event, Edwards versus Muhammed, 18-3 versus 18-3. And I'm going with my boy. I'm going with Edwards here, guys. He's been too consistent, I'm sorry. I don't care what Belal says about him spending too much time off, about him not being active enough. Let's not forget, Leon Edwards has been scheduled for 4 or 5 fights. I don't think this man's been out of the gym for the last year. I mean, to give Belal some credit, Leon Edwards was 27 last time he fought. He will be 29 when he steps back in the octagon. But regardless, I'm sticking with my boy Leon. Don't see him getting the finish, so I'll say Leon Edwards by decision, 49-46. That just about wraps up our pick for the main card, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, guys. It takes a couple of seconds for you, but it helps me immensely every time you do. And I'll be putting out a similar video to cover the prelims as well, so make sure you're here to catch that. Cheers, guys, and have a good day.